here we are in the car again. And Gwen?
Hello.
Where are we going today?
We are going to Dearfield Ghost Town.
Yeah? And what's the temperature right now?
70 degrees on March 14th, 15th.
The Ides of March. The day when poor Julius Caesar died surrounded by all his friends. Well, they weren't his friends. So yeah, this is our first 70-degree day here in my part of Colorado since last year. So like we said, March 15th, our first 70-degree day since last year. And by last year, I mean like, I don't know, not November. Yeah, we've had a very cold winter. Anyway, we are going to the ghost town of Dearfield and try to find you some quiet places there. Enjoy. Hey Gwen.
What?
How do you fix a tuba?
I don't know. How do you fix a tuba?
With a tuba glue.
Tuba glue.
Hey Gwen.
What?
What's the difference between an electrician's fart and a plumber's fart?
I don't know. What?
An electrician's fart has a little juice in it.
Oh no.
I got that joke from Jeff, who's watching this right now.
I work with a bunch of electricians. I think I should tell them that joke.
You should tell him that joke. Tell him Jeff gave it to you.
Okay.
And just like I thought, we're clouding up.
We dropped a degree.
69 degrees. No comment. Look, an abandoned place. Well, not really. So here's what we know about Dearfield. Now, Dearfield is not about the animal, the deer. It's about something very dear to you. So in 1910, Oliver Jackson, whose middle name I can't pronounce, something French like Toussaint. Anyway, not croissant. Oliver Jackson wanted to do a good thing, and he wanted to put a colony together for black people to have a chance to succeed. So he bought the homestead, or started the homestead, filed the homestead, how about that one? And so in 1910, Dearfield was born as an agricultural town. Now it lies 30 miles east of Greeley, which, as anybody in Colorado knows, anything east of I-25 is pretty much Kansas. It's flat, it's dry, and it's mostly grassland. So anyway, the town took off fairly well, and in 10 years it had over 200 residents. It had a restaurant. It had, I don't know what all it had. We'll have to check into that later. Anyway, it did okay until the Great Depression, and then people started leaving. Now, one of the problems out here is dry farming. Like I said, it's basically Kansas. It doesn't get much rainfall, and like most towns on the east side of I-25, it just gradually died out. Until 1940, there were about 12 people living there. And the founder, whose house is still there in shambles, Oliver Jackson, as I said, he died in 1948. Anyway, that's what I know, but there is going to be a plaque there, and I will read the plaque to you. Good idea?
Yes.
They were going to try to save that. Instead, it's fallen. They put fences around it to try to keep the place up. Well, here we are. So from what we know, there's a gas station, the founder's house, which I'm guessing is back here. So this would probably be the gas station.
It's not a very quiet place.
Well,
It's not
this
very quiet.
section isn't a quiet place. But I was going to take you down to a quiet place, but there appears to be somebody there. But we'll go down there and see that next. That's the problem with naming a YouTube channel Quiet Places. Not all ghost towns are quiet. He messed it up. All right, what do we have here? We have a plaque. And let's see if what I know about the place is different from what they know about the place, and I will read it to you if you can hear me over all the noise in the Quiet Places video. Dearfield, Colorado. Colorado entrepreneur and messenger for 3 governors, Mr. Oliver Toussaint Jackson, filed a desert. Yes, a desert has 2 S's because you want more. Filed a desert claim to create the African American agricultural colony of Dearfield. Sound familiar so far? In May of 1910. Dr. Joseph H.P. Westbrook, M.D. Well, he was a doctor, so saying M.D. says he's a medical doctor. That's like doctor twice. Okay, so Dr. Joseph Westbrook Squared of Denver proclaimed at an organizational meeting in 1909 that the fields will be very dear to us, thus giving the community its name. The first settlers moved here in 1911, and by 1920, Dearfield had more than 200 residents, 2 churches, a school, and a restaurant. Where's that restaurant at? And plans to build a canning factory and college. By the time residents and agricultural experts seriously noticed the diminishing rainfall, eastern Weld County was part of the Dust Bowl, and Dearfield never recovered. In 1946, Dearfield had a population of 1. Today, Dearfield remains a symbol of Western pride and empowerment for many African Americans. Yes, it was not their fault that it failed. It's more like their placement of it. In the spirit, this historical marker has been donated by Anadarko Petroleum Corporation and the Greeley Monument Works, September 26, 2010. There you go. A lot of reading. Not a whole lot different from what I said. I'm going to look through my jump drive, my auxiliary drive at home, and see if I have photos of this before the fence went up and before this building fell down. Let's get some photos. So the thing about quiet places is not so much that they're quiet, but they're places where you get away to quiet your soul. And even with the road noise, this is still a peaceful place. But now I'm going to get out my drone and get some shots from above. but it's a quiet drone. Okay, we are somewhat farther from the road. You can see it back there. And this is one of my favorite buildings of Dearfield. It's the most intact because it's far from the road. It's also one of the more quieter spots. Historical Fund has it fenced off, but I do have some photos of it before they fenced it off. Fencing off is probably a decent thing with how many kids have been running around with spray cans around Colorado and putting their tags on everything, which I will make every attempt to not show their tag, even if it means photoshopping it off of the building when I show my photos. But here is one of my favorite buildings and a few moments of quiet. Looks like there's something tore down in those bushes over there. Might have to pull out the drone to take a look at that too. So when this was a town, it had over 200 people, up to 300 they say. Not too many buildings left, but here's some evidence of a few. At least they had a nice view of the mountains, right? Car. Another car. Somehow I thought coming here on a weekday would be quieter. Any more cars coming, Gwen?
No, for a neighborhood that doesn't have a lot of people, they sure do have a lot of people.
I know. Maybe we'll see Dearfield come back to life as they put in a post office here. I'm curious what's in those woods over there, but rather than walk it, I'll just fly the drone into it real quick. Why are ghost towns appealing? Is it because there's ghosts? Well, show me some proof. Please show me some proof that there's ghosts. I would love to see some ghosts. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to appreciate the lives that these people lived while they were here. I mean, from 1910 to 1940. 30 years, some people lived here at this location and made the best life they could, just like any of us trying to make the best life we can. They've left behind some buildings. They're starting to fall down now. They're trying what they can do to keep them up. That is the Historical Society and whatnot. I appreciate that, because it'll be a bummer when there's nothing here to tell about Dearfield and the efforts these people made to farm and live and grow here. And I appreciate that. I hope you do too, in these quiet places.